day everyone. Welcome to my blog about my studies. Now, let's learn how to control multiple LED using Arduino digital outputs and breadboard. Expanding upon the last lesson on blinking an LED, we'll connect some LED to the Arduino Uno and compose a simple program to light them in a pattern. Find the circuit on the Tinkercad and select Create New Circuit. If you want to follow along with your physical Arduino or compatible board, you'll also need USB cable and a computer with a free Arduino software or plug-in for the web editor installed, plus your Arduino Uno board, solderless breadboard, some LED resistors, and any value 100 to 1 key ohms will do, and breadboard wires. Step 1. Build the circuit. Select Arduino Uno and the breadboard. Adjust it to make it clear. The rows of solderless board are connected inside, allowing to connect components by plugging them into the same row as each other. However, the cursor over points in the virtual breadboard to highlight their connections. The special long rails along the edges are for easy access to power and the ground. It is a best practice to always connect 5 volts and the ground to the long rails as the starting point of any Arduino circuit. In the Tinkercad Circuits Components panel, drag a component to add the work plane to create the circuit. Create a wire connecting Arduino 5 volts pin with the red positive power rail on the breadboard. And likewise, ground with the black ground rail on the breadboard. To change the wire colors, select the color in the inspector or use the number keys on the breadboard in the keyboard to quickly switch between colors. Position of the LED to the rows of the breadboard. Attach wires to any of the holes in the same row to make an electrical connection. Just like before, we want to connect the LED and resistor in series to pin 13 and the ground. Add more LED to this circuit along the companion resistors. For each connect one end to the ground and the other to a different digital input pin on that Arduino board or customize the wire color. So I changed the color. Double click along the wires to create bends and move them to tidy up the circuit. Note, although you may be tempted to consolidate and use a single resistor for all three LED, don't. Each LED needs its own resistor since they don't draw exactly the same amount of current each other. Code with the blocks. In Tinkercad, it's easy to use code blocks to create an animation effect. Click the code to open the code editor. Click on the variable category in the code editor. Make the speed of the animation adjustable. Create a variable that will serve as the amount of time between state changes. So I create a variable. I name it the variable into animation speed. Animation speed. Press OK. At the beginning of the program, set the variable time to millisecond. Drag the new variable animation speed on the wait block to set the wait time to whatever animation speed is to. So we don't forget to adjust the drop-down menu from second to millisecond. Change into 12. Right-click and select Duplicate. Select Duplicate to create a new copy of the correspond to the connected LED. Then, to test our code, by click the starting the stimulator. Step 3. Animation Arduino code explained. When the code editor is open, you can click drop-down menu on the left and select blocks plus text to reveal the Arduino code generated by the code blocks. Before the setup, we can see the variable is created. It is called int because it is an integer or any whole number. Inside the setup, just like last time, the pins are configured to be outputs rather than inputs using the pin mode function. Pin 13, pin 12, pin 11. The code inside the loop looks familiar to using digital write to set the pins high and low, on and off, and pausing in between a number of milliseconds. And see, because we created the variable animation speed, we change the number once at the start of the program. It will affect all the places in the program that reference it. So in this case, changing the variable animation speed will control the pose and therefore the overall speed of the animation. That's all. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned my videos. I am Daya Roslyn Gallardo, studying CTU San Fernando Extension Campus, Bachelor of Industrial Technology, major in Computer Technology.